The arena was silent. Not the quiet of peace, but the kind of silence that came before something unforgettable. Something dangerous. Thousands of alien spectators filled the massive amphitheater carved into the crystal cliffs of Viral Prime. Their forms shimmered in hues no human eye could fully comprehend. Liquid limbs, chitin armor, radiant wings. But every single one of them was watching the same thing. A human, standing alone in the center. Aaron Voss didn't look like much. No towering armor. No glowing weapons. Just a simple combat suit, worn boots, and a calm expression that unsettled far more than it reassured. Across from him stood his opponent, Commander Shalvar, a warrior of the Chiron Dominion, tall, elegant, deadly. Her species had never lost a sanctioned duel in over 3 centuries. Her blade, formed from condensed plasma crystal, hummed softly in her hand. She tilted her head, studying him. "This is the human?" she asked, her voice echoing through translation fields. A murmur rippled through the audience. Aaron didn't respond immediately. He adjusted the glove on his right hand, then finally looked up at her. "Yeah," he said simply. "This is the human." A faint flicker of amusement crossed her alien features. "They say your kind is persistent," Shalvar said. "But persistence is not victory." Aaron shrugged. "Guess we'll find out." The challenge had been her idea. When humanity entered the galactic stage, they weren't feared. Not at first. They were new, fragile, curious. But then came the stories. Stories of impossible survival. Of soldiers who kept fighting after losing limbs. Of explorers who crossed radiation storms that would melt Chiron warships. Of wars where humans didn't stop. The Dominion called them exaggerations. Shalvar called them lies. And so she demanded proof. A duel. One human warrior against one of the Dominion's finest. To settle, once and for all, whether Earth deserved the fear that had begun to spread through the stars. The arena lights dimmed. A tone rang out. The duel began. Middle, the reality of humanity. Shalvar moved first. To the crowd, she vanished. One moment she stood still. Then she was behind him, her blade slicing through where his neck had been. But Aaron wasn't there. He had moved. Not fast enough to disappear, but fast enough. The blade carved through empty air. She murmured. Aaron exhaled slowly, stepping back. "You're fast." She struck again, faster this time. A flurry of strikes, precise and relentless. Aaron blocked what he could, dodged what he couldn't. His movements were efficient, minimal, nothing wasted. But he was losing ground. The audience saw it. Shalvar pressed forward, her attacks flowing like a storm. Each strike forced Aaron closer to the edge of the arena. "You are outmatched," she said calmly. "End this." Aaron wiped blood from his lip. "Not yet." She lunged. This time, her blade connected. A clean strike across his side. The crowd stirred as blood spilled onto the arena floor. Aaron staggered. For a moment, he didn't move. Shalvar lowered her weapon slightly. "It is done." Then Aaron laughed. A quiet, breathless sound, but unmistakable. He straightened. Slowly, deliberately. "Okay," he said. "Now it starts." Something changed. The air itself seemed to tighten. Shalvar's eyes narrowed. "What are you?" Aaron moved. Not faster, but different. He stepped into her next attack instead of away from it. The blade grazed his shoulder, but his hand caught her wrist. The impact shocked her. No one caught a Chiron strike. No one. He twisted. Hard. The sound of strained joints echoed as she was forced off balance. Aaron didn't stop. He drove forward, using his own injured body like it didn't matter. because to him, it didn't. The crowd went silent again. Not in anticipation. In realization. Shalvar broke free, leaping back, her expression no longer calm. "You embrace injury?" she demanded. Aaron rolled his shoulder, ignoring the blood. "We adapt to it." She attacked again, but now there was hesitation. And hesitation was human territory. Aaron pressed forward. Not elegant. Not perfect. Relentless. Every movement carried intent. Every strike carried weight. He wasn't trying to win quickly. He was trying to outlast her. And that was something the Dominion had never understood. Chiron warriors were precise. Efficient. They ended fights quickly. Humans? Humans endured. Shalvar struck again, slicing across his arm. Aaron didn't flinch. He stepped closer. She struck again, his leg this time. He stayed standing. Her movements became sharper, more aggressive, but also more desperate. "Why do you not fall?" she demanded. Aaron's breathing was heavy now, but steady. "Because I've been through worse." That was when she realized this wasn't just a duel. This was a lesson, and she was the one learning. The turning point. Fear is earned. Shalvar activated her full power. Her body glowed as her species' combat state engaged, enhancing speed, strength, perception. The arena trembled. "This ends now," she declared. She attacked with everything. To the audience, it looked like a storm of light. To Aaron, it looked like survival. He moved, not to dominate, but to endure. One strike broke his guard. Another knocked him to one knee. A third sent him crashing to the ground. The arena floor cracked beneath him. Shalvar stood over him, blade raised. This is the limit of humanity. Aaron lay still. For a moment, the crowd believed it. Then his hand moved. Slowly, painfully. He pushed himself up. Again. Shalvar stepped back instinctively. Something in her instincts, ancient, primal, triggered. This was wrong. This was not how prey behaved. Aaron stood. Blood covered him now. His breathing was ragged, but his eyes were steady. "You're strong," he admitted. Shalvar said nothing. "You're fast. Precise. Better trained than most I've fought." Her grip tightened. "Then why do you still stand?" she asked. Aaron smiled faintly. "Because humans don't fight to win." She frowned. He took a step forward. "We fight to survive." Another step. And surviving means we don't stop. The realization hit her fully then. This wasn't about strength, or speed, or skill. It was about something else entirely. Something the galaxy had underestimated. Something the Dominion had dismissed as myth. Humans didn't quit. Not when injured. Not when outmatched. Not even when they should. Shalvar attacked again. But now, she was the one reacting. Aaron closed the distance, took the hit, and kept going. He grabbed her weapon arm again, harder this time, drove his forehead into her chest plating, forced her back. The crowd gasped. For the first time in centuries, a Chiron commander was losing ground. Ending. Why Earth is feared. The fight ended not with a final strike, but with a choice. Shalvar stumbled back, her weapon dimming. Aaron stood before her. Barely. Every breath looked like it could be his last. But he was still standing. Still ready. Still advancing. She saw it clearly now. Even if she struck him down, he would take one more step. And another. And another. Until there was nothing left. And even then, he would try. Her hand trembled. Not from weakness. From understanding. She deactivated her blade. The arena fell into stunned silence. "I yield," she said. The words echoed. Unthinkable. Impossible. But undeniable. Aaron stopped. For a moment he just stood there. Then he exhaled and finally let himself relax. Medical drones rushed in. The crowd erupted, not in cheers, but in something deeper. Respect.
Fear.
Recognition. Shalvar looked at him as he was carried away. "You were right," she said quietly. Aaron glanced back.
About what?
She met his gaze. Earth should be feared. Aaron gave a tired smile. "Not feared," he said. "Understood." Final scene, the lesson spreads. Weeks later, the recording of the duel spread across the galaxy. Not edited, not altered. Every moment preserved. Every drop of blood. Every step forward. Worlds that had doubted humanity watched in silence. Military leaders studied it. Warriors replayed it. Scholars debated it. And they all came to the same conclusion. Humans were not the strongest, not the fastest,
Not the most advanced.
but they possessed something far more dangerous. Endurance.
Will.
The refusal to stop.
And that
Was why Earth was feared.